Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Cookie Kingdom, where I feel like a kid who just got a toy on Christmas and cannot wait to unpack it, open it up, and start playing with it. Because this is going to be an overview video.
I don't see a single wild beast
around.
that was
nothing. I'm going to be honest. You don't see a single wild beast around. No offense, lady. If you went onto this field, okay, in fairness, you wouldn't see you wouldn't really see one. But you go into the city, you'd probably see a couple who's at work. Like, look, you're Burning Spice is just working right here. You can take a visit there. Anyways, the reason why I say all this is because we're going to be doing an overview video on Silent Salt Cookie. One of the big times where I actually managed to get a beast cookie from the gacha that wasn't out of the pity. Which, that's a big shocker for me. I'm being 100% honest with you. And yeah, this is just going to be a video where I overlook their quotes, their story, their gacha animation, and I try and use them out in battle because I'm going to be really excited to use them because, come on. It's plebing Silent Salt. This is the thing that we've been, like, hyped up for like, months now. Heck, even ever since the beast got first shown, everyone's been hyping them up. And, by the way, how many Rainbow Cubes do I have? I know this is off topic, but because I've been doing a lot of that, you know, plebing, the cart, like, cannon fire minigame, I've been getting a lot of them. I'm making up my Rainbow Cubes ever since what happened to that one plebing thing. Like, sheesh.
You lovely
That's charcoal
rascal.
right there. But where the pleb is Silent Salt. And by the way, I do want to mention that while I won't be reading comments in the video because I want it to be dedicated to the cookie by itself, if you still want to leave your comments and question in the comment section below for me to read on the video, so feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. Doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator, or create a community, and that's what matters the most. Which, look at this absolute unit right there, just like chopping the wood. Like, exactly knows how to chop. Let's go ahead and swap them out for someone else. Let's go, Cookie. Let's go. How about, I don't know, who's good at cutting wood? Doyle. Sure, why not? You do it with the other hand, that's cool. Oh my gosh, they're possessed. What the pleb was that, Silent Salt? Excuse me? Hold on, let me just pick you up right in here. How do you get picked up? Okay, you grasp onto the sword tightly with your eyes glowing. And then when I place it down... Also, you have this cool, like, orbital swirl going on about you. That's actually really nice. So if I put you down... What was that? You just turned into a smoke cloud. Look at this. That thing ain't human. If you told me that they had a head underneath, I don't think that... Their limbs are literally separated. I don't think they have a face. I don't think there's an actual head behind that. And they just... They don't even run. They float. They have to be a spirit of sort. Hype Cookie, get the pleb out of there. You don't want to meet that monstrosity or thing, whatever it is. How the pleb are you sweeping without hands? Okay. Anywho, you have quotes, and actually... Okay, I really want to test this out. Just a couple things I want to test. I know you're working here, but how the pleb do you look once you're here? Okay, you just broom pretty neatly. It's simplistic. Now swap you back. What if you were at the, what would it be? This place, like the little toy store. Seltzer Cookie would be nice there, but how does this look? Oh, that's actually really polite. He just bows his head. At least he's proper with it. You gotta give credit where credit due. He's actually like very polite with it. Like, you know, he actually wants to be there to serve. Let's make menthol work just so Seltzer can sip for that. That broom, a lot of them broom. If you work here, how does it look? Okay, you do mix it rather slowly, but then again, there's not much really else. You mix it slowly than how much it, like, swerves. Interesting. Cream soda is better fit for that just because, you know, she's part liquid anyway. Another thing I want to test is, okay, you do brooming, brooming. A lot of people broom all around this place. We already seen you cutting. Let's see you work at the anvil. I'm curious. So if I change out Lime Cookie to you, it's soft going up, very hard going down. Big stamps. Let's just swap you out for, actually, charcoal? Okay, just prominently at work. That's nice. And, actually, I want to do something interesting before I get into the real quotes. Yeah, you're off. You're nice right there. You have, you know, the working quote right there. Working quote? That doesn't even make any sense. But what I do want to test is, do you have any interactions? Like, for example, if I put Charcoal Cookie. No, you don't have any... Okay, Silent Salt and Charcoal don't have any... Eternal... Whoa. Oh, they might have interactions with the beasts! Okay, before I get a handle on that, first of all, let me just go over some of your normal quotes. Or maybe I gotta do this first. Okay, where the pleb is the beast. Okay, let's do every beast, like, from, when we know. So, first of all, Shadow Milk. I don't know if you're gonna be any different with the costume on, but I'll swap you out with, Putting yeah, not you. You're relevant to the update. Let's put like Stormbringer. She knows. Putting you gotta get dragged over here. I'm curious. You have anything to say about this unit? Where the plug? Yeah, right there. Come to think of it, I've never seen what hides behind that armor. Oh boy, it's gonna get very drastic right here in a moment. What does Silent Soul say about this? Green Fairy, get out of there. Speak. Okay, excuse me? Come on, let me see the quote behind it. You literally just got rid of that. Come to think of it, never seen what hides behind this armor. Okay. In which you're just gonna be very shocked all the time, I guess. Wonder if I can actually see the quote. Dough. Shattered by silver forks and remade anew. So it's just dough. Great. That makes a lot of sense. And is also just as terrifying. Just like yours. Interesting. I'll remember your words. He literally just says, I'm a cookie, just like you. That's literally the extent of how this goes. Oh, horse! He nuzzles it! He nuzzles the horse! Alright, that's okay, best cookie. Best cookie of all time. I don't care what anyone says. You can't do anything, but I gotta see, now, Mystic Flower. Where the pleb is the mystical one? I know I do have you active. I just gotta go ahead and find you. I think you were working at some place. Of course, just rate by rarity. Who cares? There we go. Plumbing Beast. There you are. You are right there. These two are silent and historic. I'm very curious to see what they say. Here we go. Bam. Abominable tyrant. Always calm, this one is. I wonder what intentions he harbors. Man, very quiet people. Step aside. That I will do, for I myself have places to be. You know, it's kind of exactly what I expected from these two. Just stoic and silent. Makes sense. I'm sorry, but come on. You can't just like bat away the fact that they have a horse. I'm curious what Burning Spice and Eternal Sugar have to say about this, you know, ghost. I know it seems like I'm taking long, but this is important to me. I kid you not. This is important to everyone witnessing this. All right. Just swap out. I don't know. Frost Queen can take her the sheeps. All right. Here we go. Put you over here. Put you over here. Down there, and then down you go. And we already had you in your conversations. It's fine. What I want to worry about now is, you still... Okay, there we go. Just ends the conversation. To crush your ideal with your own hands. It must have been glorious. So he got rid of all of his own troops, I guess. Okay, well, that makes sense. No wonder Burning Spice is smiling about it. I understood that ideals were not meant to be achieved. So you were just like, yeah, we won't be able to reach it. Let's just kill everything. Otherwise, there would be no need for history to ever repeat.
There's no bride like me in this kingdom.
I never asked for your sympathy. Draw your sword and fight. You say that while you break your axe. That makes a lot of sense. You gonna combat against that, buddy? If that is your wish. Oh, he's actually accepting the challenge. Is this where the combo ends? I'm assuming that's where the conversation ends. But... No, don't kiss. Get out. Alright, let's get on to the last one. Eternal Sugar. This should be the last one right now. What happened? You pay no heed to my words. Of course, just... Yeah, you're hugging your little liar very closely to you.
Well, wow, that was fun.
Witchberry. Shut up! Just shut up, Witchberry! Gotta give me a panic attack over here out of mental stress. Anyways, let's get back to the quote. Little witch gremlin tries to interrupt the important conversation. Will you grace me with an answer? Most likely not. I doubt that's in his intuition. You and I. We are who we used to be. Oh my gosh, he's sentient. Oh my gosh, he knows.
Yet one thing remains unchanged.
Yes?
Our friendship.
I thought they were going to start walking together. I thought they were. And that's just the power aura form. Anyway, let's get on to the actual voice acting quote. I know that took a long time, but I just needed to see all of that for myself. Well, what else did I expect?
Cookies don't deserve solidarity.
You were the cookie of solidarity, though. I'm not sure if you're really one to judge who and who can't have it. Because you were the one. Are you telling me that you didn't deserve it? That's kind of unfortunate if you think that.
I have no regrets.
Tough to say.
My friend.
I was about to say, hold on, wait, you can't be talking to me, can you? But I think you might be talking about not Millennium Tree. I always make that mistake. Elder Fairy Cookie. Because that must have been your friend in the past or something like that.
Cookies don't deserve solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
Cookies don't... Would you trust a traitor's words?
Well, who are you calling the traitor? You or Elder Fairy? Because that would be very bold to assume.
Stand back.
I'm as far away as I can, but I mean, I guess I could do this. Does this make you feel any better about what I'm about to do?
I shall forge my own path.
I'm pretty sure you've already been doing that since the beginning. Yep.
Save your breath.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're doing, because half the quotes you have is just ... I mean, I can't really be opposed, but like... You obviously have stuff on your mind.
Do you have what it takes to follow your creed?
Pretty sure if I did, then the only person who should be directing that path is me, let's be honest, but... You ever heard of a wish before? You ever heard of a dream? Just follow it and you can make your own path.
I shall forge my own path.
Exactly, see, like you're doing right now.
I have no regrets. I shall forge... My friend, I do not belong here.
Well, Rainbow Sherbet, let's not get close to that one. Well, unfortunately, you're here now. Unless if you mean this place. Maybe we should get you a beastly area. I made one for, Eternal Sugar and Shadow Milk. I haven't made one for Eternal Sugar, I made one for Shadow Milk and, Eternal Sugar, not Mystic Flower Burning Spice. Maybe I should make one for Silent Salt if I expand this area, but I would need a lot of materials. Go ahead and clear some of this stuff up. And, yeah, clear some of that stuff up, too. I don't think I have any more. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's gonna take a long time to clear up, but you know what? You probably deserve it.
Peaceful walks are but a faint memory now.
Did you not... Did you say that, or is that someone else? The quote bubble didn't appear above your head. But was that... Hold on.
Stand. I trust... I shall forge my own. I trust no one.
Okay.
Save your... Would you trust it? Do you have what it takes? Do you have... Save your
Did you
breath.
actually say something about peaceful, or was that someone else? Was that like Wind Archer?
I have no regret. I shall forge... I do not belong. I do not. Cookies don't deserve. Do you have what it... I do not belong. Would you
I just want to find this out, please.
I trust no one. I trust no one.
Okay, you probably don't. If it was you probably heard it. It was probably Wind Archer. But you obviously have more quotes in your little menu page, which, by the way, you're gonna have your own plumbing menu lobby thing.
My vows and duties are long forgotten.
Are those skulls right behind you? They're either skulls or they're... No, those are knight helmets. Okay. Yeah, that's awful. What is it? Set as fit? Oh, well, probably not. Well, I think that's new, that little bookmark thing. That's gotta be new. You are the element of dark and steel, and you have the front... you're part of the front and can be an ambush. An ambush at the front just sounds like a charter to me. But who cares?
False hopes. Crumbled dreams.
This is the dramatic beast, I'll be honest. Out of everyone else, this one is definitely the one that has the most... They would have the most book quotes. That's the best way I could describe them.
No belief ever remains unchanged.
No belief ever... So, beliefs don't change, that's what you're saying.
The gods no longer answer our prayers.
You must be talking about the witches if that's the case. Which... Boy, no wonder the St. Pastry Order just decided to collapse right before your release, because Saying that after they all fell? Ooh boy.
The gods no longer. No belief ever remains unchanged. It is not my place to speak.
Is that why? Even though it seems like out of all the cookies in the past, it seems like even though it was just with Elder Fairy, you seem to have the most amount of connections before everything went to garbage.
My vows and duties are long forgotten.
You ever heard of a tale, like a legend? You ever heard of like murals before? I mean, that's literally happened in Burning Spice. They have murals about what they've done. That's how they don't forget.
My vows and the dream was a delusion.
What dream? I want to know. This is going to be some heavy lore for the future.
The gods no longer answer our prayers. No belief ever. Let silence speak.
Well, that's a double negative right there.
The dream was let silence speak. The gods know there is no hope for cookie kind.
Well, that's... You ever heard of a... Okay, you're probably new here because you're a beast. Have you ever heard the term party pooper? We can put that on top of your... We can sign your helmet with that because that's what you're being right now.
Silence.
Okay, I'll just shut myself up. Let's go ahead and... Wait, what other appearance? Oh yeah, that's for promotion purposes, which, the more that you promote them, the more that he gets this, like, eclipse appearing above his head that slowly but surely gets covered up more, which I think is the coolest sort of appearance change. Because, you know, it has the moon rising up and slowly it starts getting covered more and more. I wish it did that with, like, every, like, you know, star. So, like, at one, the moon appears and slowly with every star, the moon gets covered more and more and more. And it just becomes even better after that. But, no costumes, by the way, because why not? But I guarantee you, we're going to get something for Silent Soul in the future. And the only way you can get Soul Stones is from Gacha or package, which just says Silence and Darkness Relay Package 7. You're going to have to buy a lot of those. But, in the story, which, oh yeah, it's definitely a long one. But it says right here, let me just throw this thing away. It says right here, it is said that he never ruled like the other emissaries of the gods. Instead, he stood as the first among equals, bound by the Oath of Solidarity. He and his loyal knights thus preached his virtue across the Great Barren. Alas, was the weight of his divine mission too great to bear alone? Even he, a warrior of unparalleled discipline, fell to whispers of corruption. After unleashing a calamity that claimed the lives of every cookie who stood with him, he was sealed by magic, condemned to an eternity of darkness. His countless victims were cursed to wander endlessly through the land of no living cookie dare tread, the land of silence, as it was now called. Yet this tale was not destined to end there. Eons later, the beast awoke once more, now clad in black armor, gleaming in the pale salt crystal light of the moon. Silent Salt Cookie returns to his domain, carrying the same haunting stillness he left behind when he first swung his sword as the Devil of Silence. What's interesting to note by all the story is the fact that it said right here, now the beast awoke once more, now clad in black armor. Does this mean that beforehand, probably like the other ones that we've seen the teaser trailers, they bear like white armor instead, which I guess makes sense because it appeases the salt, but still. Anyway, here's the Gacha animation that you probably so desperately want to see because it's Silent Soul Cookie for crying out loud.
Let silence speak. Silence shall reign.
Of course, you can't have the Gacha animation without the horse. Like, come on, how could you have that? And this must be a pretty long skill to get into. Yeah, kinda. The End of Silence. Silent Soul Cookie calls upon the power of the Eclipse to summon his steed, Nox Black Salt. That's a cool Nox Black Salt. And put his enemies to the state of silence eternal. Next, he charges forward astride Nox Black Salt, cutting the shaded moon in half to make it explode, dealing great damage to enemy units. At the beginning of the battle, Silent Soul Cookie delivers Fury of the Catacombs to the enemies with the highest attack, targets non-safeguarded cookies first, and Silent Soul Cookie himself is not affected by Fury of the Catacombs unless he is the only cookie on the team. Once Fury of the Catacombs is fully stacked, its target receives punishment. When the target is defeated, Fury of the Catacomb moves onto the next target with with the highest attack. Once the team's HP drops below a certain point, the 7 enemies with the highest attack, targets non-safeguarded cookies first, will be inflicted with Wrath of the Catacombs that will instantly trigger the Silent Demise effect. Silence all cookies' Forsaken Freedom renders him immune to all cooldown impairing effects. When affected by cooldown increasing or pausing effects, Silence all cookie will gain an HP shield along with damage resist and cooldown recovery buffs. Let's take this one step at a time, okay? So he rides on his horse, that's classic. Then enemies will be put into the state of Silence Eternal, which it increases like the damage for the Eclipse, and Rooted it will be for 2.5 seconds, and it causes silence for 2 seconds after every 1 second over 3 seconds. What type of poem is that? Silence for 2 seconds every 1 second over 3 seconds. So it's like... So it's kind of like 6 seconds of silence in essence. Okay, and of course, causing Dread to damage enemies, and at the beginning of the battle, Silence all Kiki delivers Fury of the Catacombs to the enemies with the highest attack. So, Fury of the Catacombs down here, Forsaken... I can't see Fury of the... Oh yeah, here we go. Fury of the Catacombs, recovery equals 25% these to the enemies, so they can't recover as much. More damage dealt, or less to them. A Searing Seal, which means more targets are using the skill and casting Moon Explosion. At 7 of them, these stacks, Punishment and Searing Steel are reset, which Punishment gives damage 3 times hits, dealing a bunch of steel damage, and also damage with dark damage, so both stack, with more damage resistance bypass, and Punishment silence. So they can't even attack in return. It's not affected by Fear of the Catacombs, and he's good, unless he's the only one on the team. So he's only effective if he's a lone warrior. I got it. And he's not affected by that. And once those are stacked, target receives punishment. We've already talked about that. It moves to the next target, and we understood that. And those, they will be inflicted with the Wrath of the Catacombs. Did we see that? Yeah, Wrath of the Catacombs. Activates when ally HP drops to 70%. So allies need to drop some HP for this to activate. So you got to get pretty dark with this. Skill cooldown reset ends vulnerability for a second and Silent Demise. If Silent Demise or Moon Explosion are activated by 1.5 seconds, or 15 seconds, Wrath of the Catacomb ends, triggering punishment. And punishment for this, it deals more damage for steal and attack, just kind of like how it does before, with even more damage resist and more silence. And if Cookie's HP drops below 3.5% from punishment, they're immediately defeated. So this, if a Cookie's HP drops below 3.5% from punishment, they just die. Good. Okay, cool. And lastly, yada yada, and he'll be immune to flaming effects that render him immune to all cooldown pairing. So he can't, you can't have him like stop. He just keeps going. Because if you try and make him stop, or at least make him stop for a moment, like cooldown increasing or pausing effects, he'll just gain an HP shield with damage resisting cooldown recovering. So you can try and stop him, and guess what? He's just gonna be like, alright, let me take this time to heal. Great. Here's some level up quotes for your demonic former self.
I will pay the price for my arrogance.
Now that I think about it, how the pleb did you eat that? Did you sliver that under your mask? Cause like I don't know how that works.
Tainted power holds no pride.
I mean, you're still eating it, buddy.
Both heart and soul are easily betrayed in the face of great power.
I mean, it depends if your heart and soul are false or not, or if you want to hold to what's really true about yourself.
Divine Emissary. That title was laid to rest long ago.
Of course, Ubi. You used to be good, and you're a shell of your former self.
I've had more than enough power.
Well, guess what? We're shoving more into you.
Power unearned brings nothing but calamity.
This reminds me of that one comic I saw where, like, the beasts were just eating food, they were out of salt, so they just sprinkled his head onto it.
Both heart and soul are easily betrayed in the face of great power. Divine Emissary.
Yada yada yada, keep
That
eating your
title
food.
was laid to rest. Once there was a cookie who traded duty for sweetness beyond measure.
Traded You're talking about eternal sugar, right? Traded for sweetness beyond any measure? Let's feed this to you!
Once there was a cookie who traded duty for sweetness beyond measure.
Yeah, level 80 would be, if I wanted to level you up, oh my gosh, there's gonna be so much, but I could if I wanted to, but I'll probably do that a little bit later, and then this is gonna be so much. You've gone through, like, just bear this in mind. Your current power right now is at 71,000. So if I give you all of this, how much is this gonna give you? That's over 10, that's over 1,000 of these ambushes thing. So we go from 71,000, 300, that's not even in any biscuits. No toppings, not even max level, no promotions. Well, let's go ahead and use you in battle. I think that sounds like a good plan. Let's just go right here. I'm not gonna go to the catacombs this time. I'm gonna go in like let's go to like a high dark. Let's go to like how powerful would these dark levels be? I just want to check. That's like I just want to check. 400,000 power. Interesting. Which one gives soul? I guess only milk. Really, only milk? Well, I really cleared up this place for all it's worth. Let's do the milk cookie level, because we have a lot of power that we can manage. Let's take you off the field, because,
is a comfort
well,
to the crumbled.
I need to go ahead and get you some good damage.
Is this what you believe in?
What, fighting? I guess.
I pay no heed to whispers of deceit.
Oh, so you don't care about, shadow milk. That makes sense.
I pay no heed to whispers of deceit. Is this what you believe in?
Unless if that, on that quote right there, was referring to burning spice.
I pay no heed to whispers of deceit. I have no words for you.
Mystic flower?
I will cut you down.
I kind of assumed that they would all make sense to like correlate with one beast or another. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure they all... Silent Soul should have quotes with all the beasts too, which maybe I can make a short on about like all the conversations, stuff like that, but... Anywho. Let's make it slow first. Just rises up, floats forward. Okay, just normal slice. Okay, yeah. He is taking damage, but it's because of hard level, so let's just do this.
Silence.
Oh, it echo. Okay. Here comes the horse. Well, they're all dead. Alright, and of course they got damage dealt up and Forsaken Freedom. Good, good, good. Well, let's wait for these. I feel like cooldown, like attack and cooldown seem like very good, but I feel like cooldown is your best bet for this cookie. Just look at this. Just okay. Let's just get rid of them all real quick. Goodbye. The enemies at the front just got dragged backwards. They were just slurped up by the storm. Just like, all right, sure, why not? All right. Well, let's go a little bit faster here, and go tap, 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 tap.
Silence.
Silence. Here we go. And they're dead. Let's get to the big wave of enemies at the end here, because this is going to be pretty interesting to see. Heck, he could probably just solo all these dorks. Yeah, look at this. Just chops them all at the same time, too. Yeah, look at that. Well, and they got Fury at the Catacombs, too, so they just got debuffed. Good job, good job. Makes sense that we're on Dark One, because this fella is very dark. Chop. Yeah, just slice them all in two. Well, I'm sure do it.
Silence.
Nope, not this time. Go back there. Absorbed by the Chains of Death. Probably gonna be one of my longest overview videos, if I'm being honest, but oh hey, there's a huge wave of enemies right here. I got an idea.
Silence.
Not a single one survived. Not a single one lived. They lived the first slash, but there was nothing left.
They had no chance.
Yeah, you know what? You described it perfectly, my man. Anyways, how the pleb do you utilize this cookie? My first assumption would be the Searing Raspberries, because more damage, are you kidding me? But I feel like, again, it seems like I'm being a plumbing... what's the term? I feel like I'm being a broken record. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, a broken record. It feels like I'm being it, but like, I guess your best bet would be, again, like the Swift Chocolate. Primarily because if you were to go about that, then that means you could activate more of the skill more and more and more. Because, you know... It's so many. There's like so many. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, Searing Raspberry just slashes so much damage. It's so good. I don't know, but whatever the case is, I would even say like maybe some almond, primarily because he's gonna be at the front. So unless if you had a defender at the front, like maybe Aegis Hollyberry, like I guess it wouldn't make sense, but I don't know. It's really hard to really assume. I guess really maybe even a mix, because the thing is there are the new silent toppings, so you should probably like utilize those for upgrading Silent Salt. So I don't know, you could go for like a little bit of a merge. You can go for silent raspberries, or just raspberries in general. Maybe what you could do is like go for the Searing Raspberries, and with those you can try. I heavily influence this. Try to give them the side effects of like cooldown, or like attack, like damage resist bypass. Because primarily you got to bear this in mind. Whenever you go for a biscuits, you got to be high up, aren't you? You gotta be, oh my gosh, very high up.
No
Like,
belief
for example, if I were to go over here,
unchanged.
notice how this attack, but the side effects are attack speed, crit resist, and crit. But then there's like damage resist, and like in another one of these, it's probably like cooldown or something. Oh, is that cooldown? No, like you see in the bottom. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like attack and then cooldown. So I feel like if you just got more of those, like you could really benefit off of those. That's just from my perspective, though. And Beastkit, obviously, just crank down on that. You can make them even better than how they are now. Just because, you know,
It is not my
it doesn't
place
hurt to give them
speak.
additional beast kick. Like, look at this. Especially if you fine-tune them. But with that being said, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here just because maybe I can get some good pulls in this. Oh, this is totally wasted now. Great, so let's try this one instead. So these two are active right here. I just want to see if I can... Oh my gosh. Well, this is going to be very broken for you to have, so let's put that on you, and you just went up by 20,000 power. If you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends who enjoy my kick your own content, and if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future, and down below in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, which includes my new merch store, The Pleb Market, and also my YouTube memberships, where for just $1 a month, you can see new exclusive content and teasers and stuff. But above all else, I'll see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.